Who are you then?
Hi.
You got a problem with your nerves?
No? I'm Andrew Dunbar. PC Andrew Dunbar. Sir. You must be D.I. Manson, I take it.
That's right. How do you do it?
See, you've met the boss.
Let's step in for a bit, actually.
I've been looking for you everywhere.
What's up?
Shireen Glazer didn't turn up at the crime scene with her mother. She turned up half an hour later in a taxi from her college.
How'd you figure that one out?
I just spoke to the taxi company that dropped Shireen off. Gov? This morning, when I was at the crime scene, something just didn't add up. Shireen had said that she arrived first and gave Kim mouth to mouth, but she didn't have a spot of blood on her, whereas her mother was covered in it. And then when I walked upstairs into the flat with her, it was obvious it was the first time that she'd seen Kim injured. So I just thought, what if they didn't turn up together? What if Shireen came after her mother? How would Shireen get there in a hurry? So I started calling cab companies.
Well, I think it's refreshing to hear that. Finally, we're getting some clever coppers around here.
Hello, sir.
PC Dunbar. Good work today.
Thank you, sir.
I think we can drop the sir when we're off duty.
He was 15, maybe 16. Washboard stomach, pecs. He was hyperguff.
On recreational chemicals of some sort, Sarge, and he stabbed the other bloke with that.
Guy called Dickinson. He drove off. We got an address from his car registration, but he was out when we called.
Okay, thanks, Cameron. Debbie, you and Jim take this room.
Yes, sir. Oh, there's a sticker on the syringe. It's the number of a needle exchange project just down in Coal Lane. I've checked. Thanks. How's D.S. Hunter, sir? I hear he got wounded.
Well, he's stable. This is good work, you know. You're looking at coming across the CID one of these days.
Yeah, I'd fancy it, Gov. If you'd have me, of course.
I suspect we would.
The victim, Mrs. Beckett, says she's now prepared to make a statement about the assault, but she's very wobbly.
Was there a knife involved?
She talked about that, yes. Her clothes were cut.
Okay, looks like D.S. Nixon's right. We've got a repeat pattern. Is she in with the victim?
No, sir, I believe D.S. Nixon's with the DPS.
Right.
Gov, there's rumours Sergeant Hunter's being treated as a murder suspect. Is that right?
The DPS always like to look on the dark side of these incidents.
Shot Weaver deliberately. Do you think he could have?
Did Phil murder Weaver? That's unknowable. Is he capable of it? That's a different question, isn't it? Don't quote me on that, though.
Okay.
We ran PNC checks on 7 Collins from the Strathnorden personnel list. The most likely match is a Colin Morrison. Morrison stayed at Nordham until 91. He then travelled for a while and turned up on the south coast in 96, nicked on a fray charge.
Any more details on that?
It was a fight over a girl in a strip club. There was also an Alan same squad, Alan Kennedy. We have no recent address, but we do have details of a last employer. He left the Navy in 90, worked in the city for Rogers and Hartley from 97 to 2001. He then got the sack after his company were taken to a tribunal over a sexual harassment case. And also back in the mid-80s, he was acquitted on an indecent assault charge.
What was the name?
Kennedy, Alan Kennedy.
He sounds like a priority. We need to follow that up.
I'll take care of that.
I think it might be a good idea to take Andrea with you. She seems to be on top of this.
So have you bought down here?
No, I'm just renting at the moment. Place by the old fire station.
You live alone?
Well, I prefer to think of myself as unattached. Alone sounds a bit depressing, don't you think? Why'd you ask?
It's just that with the streets being anything but safe at the moment.
Well, thanks for your concern, but the breed is tough in the Highlands.
I'm serious. Be careful.
Oh, well, thanks.
I'm surprised that a bright, attractive woman like you isn't spoken for. Hello? Detective Inspector Manson. PC Dunbar to see Sean Matheson.
Maybe men feel more comfortable with women who aren't so bright.
Not all of them.
Yeah, I could tell you some stories. Things we used to get up to. The Wolf Pack, they used to call us. There was me, Al, JP, Milo and Andre. We had some great nights.
At the moment, we're just trying to eliminate people from...
Yeah. This is us. That's my stag night. Drink spill comes at 4 in the morning. Guess how much? 2.5 grand. So, what's the old snake been up to then?
Well, we've got a couple of questions for Mr. Kennedy, but we don't have a current address for him.
Maybe I can help you there. But it's been, I don't know, a couple of years since I saw him last. Well, you know how it is. You know about the harassment thing?
Yes, a sexual harassment charge made against him by his new boss in '98.
She was a nightmare. The charge was totally thrown out.
But the woman in question, Alison Greer, took the company to employment tribunal.
And Mr. Kennedy was sacked.
He was a scapegoat, simple as that. She was an ambitious woman who didn't like being proved wrong. That's the way it's going in the workplace these days. Women have just got all the power.
Right.
Mr. Matheson, do you have an address for him?
No, nothing. But I heard he's been living as a bit of a loner out in the sticks since he got the push here. I think he's looking after his sick mother. Cancer or something.
It's just... Amy's not the angel her mum makes her out to be.
Excuse me. Can I have a quick word?
Yeah. Why don't you go and wait in the car, Colin?
Stepdad, I recognise him.
Where from?
A couple of weeks ago, I warned him for curb crawling. Of course, he denied it, but...
Okay, thanks, Cameron.
Colin's just confessed that there was tension between him and Amy.
Okay. We need to keep a closer eye on him. I've spoken to Martin Wilson, Amy's real dad. He's not been in the country for 6 months. He's had no contact with her. In fact, he didn't really sound interested.
Well, we've got Amy's passport anyway.
Sorry to throw you in at the deep end.
Sink or swim, the way I like it.
You've got the FLO logbook. Any other questions?
No, I think I'm doing all right. Unless you don't.
No, you're doing fine, so far. In fact, I'm very impressed.
Sir, this is Cassie Tate, Amy's best friend.
Okay. How long have you been seeing prostitutes, Colin?
It's not prostitutes. It's just Chantel.
How long?
Donna's been doing really well, but she gets down, depressed. She didn't need me bothering her.
You didn't go out looking for Amy like you said.
When Donna said Amy was missing, I thought she was overreacting.
Do you know where Amy is?
No. Amy found out I was seeing Chantel. She threatened to tell Donna unless I slept with her. So yesterday, I decided to do something about it.
When was this?
Lunchtime. Me and Amy had a big row. I told her that there was no way I was going to sleep with her, ever. And if she wanted to go ahead and tell her mum about Chantel, then okay.
And you figured she wouldn't?
I took that risk.
And then you went straight over to Chantel's?
Finally thought I got things sorted. Then when I realised Amy really was missing, I swear to you, I don't know where she is.
Colin Grogan started telling a different story. That Amy was sexually blackmailing him.
Do you believe him?
We know that Amy made a phone call to Dave Moran about half an hour after Colin says they argued.
By which time Colin was with Chantel, which means, out of all this, he's got himself an alibi.
So all roads lead back to Kennedy.
Now that we know that his mother's just died.
If ever Kennedy was ready to kill, it's now.
So, Amy, tell me, how did your bag come to be in Taft Road?
I put it there.
On purpose?
This may sound like a stupid question to you, Amy, but why?
So Colin would think he got me. You know, the creep that's on the loose, the rapist.
And Dave went with you?
Yeah, we went in the pickup. I mean, Dave tried to stop me, argued with me, but...
Dave said that he only owned a bike.
Yeah, the pickup's his brother's.
Oh, okay. Why don't you run it past me one more time, Amy?
Why would you want your stepfather to think that you'd been abducted by a serial rapist?
Guess I wanted to freak him out. Worked, didn't it?
You stupid girl, have you any idea what you've done? There's robbery, possession of an imitation firearm, wasting police time.
It was only a joke.
I'd just like to ask the members of the relief to step inside the bar and join me in congratulating Detective Inspector Manson and Detective Sergeant Nixon for a spectacular result that they achieved today.
Hello?
Hi.
What on it?
So, Kennedy cracked, eh?
Yep.
So how'd you do it?
Come with me and I'll tell you all about it.